The night the world believed Aarav Vale was dead, he was still breathing. Cold river water burned his lungs as he fought to stay alive. Rain crashed against the bridge above him. Police sirens screamed. People gathered. Cameras flashed. And somewhere in the dark, the man who had pushed him watched in silence. Everyone thought Aarav had jumped. Everyone was wrong. As his fingers slipped against the sharp rocks beneath the water, one thought screamed inside his mind louder than the river itself. He didn't just betray me. He erased me. And in that moment, as darkness tried to pull him under, Aarav made a promise he would carry for years. If I survive this, I will come back. Not with anger, not with noise, but with truth. Betrayal does not always come with shouting. Sometimes it comes quietly. Sometimes it comes with a smile. Sometimes it comes from the person you trust more than yourself. Just hours before the fall, Aarav had been standing in his office at Vale Tech, staring out at the city he believed he had built honestly. The company was his dream. His father's dream. Years of sleepless nights. Years of sacrifice. Across the desk stood Rohan Blake. Best friend. Business partner. Brother in everything but blood. Just sign these, Rohan said calmly, sliding the papers forward. Routine stuff. Legal team needs it tonight. Aarav didn't hesitate. He trusted him. That trust destroyed his life. Within hours everything collapsed. Police at his door. Bank accounts frozen. News headlines screaming his name beside words like fraud and criminal. His signature was everywhere. His reputation shattered in a single night. When he demanded answers, Rohan suggested they talk privately. That conversation ended on a bridge. In the rain. You were too soft, Aarav, Rohan said, his voice almost gentle. This world rewards people who know how to take. Then he pushed him. A fisherman found Aarav near dawn. Unconscious, broken, ribs shattered, shoulder dislocated, face bruised beyond recognition. The doctor later said it was a miracle he survived. Aarav didn't feel lucky. He woke up days later in a small house by the sea. An old man sat nearby, reading quietly. My name is Elias, the man said. You're safe here. Safe felt like a lie. Safety had died on that bridge. Elias asked questions. Aarav answered none. He didn't even share his name. You can stay, Elias said gently. But understand this. Pain ignored doesn't disappear. It waits. Aarav turned his face away. Let it wait. The world moved on without him. Rohan Blake rose higher than ever. Vale Tech became a giant. Interviews, awards, sympathy posts every year on the anniversary of Aarav's death. He was like a brother to me, Rohan told cameras, eyes shining with fake tears. No one suspected the truth. No one knew Aarav Vale was still alive. He became Ari Stone. New name, new face. A calm exterior built over years of quiet pain. Under Elias's guidance, Aarav learned patience, control, strategy. He learned how powerful silence could be. How truth, revealed at the right moment, could destroy louder than any scream. Revenge was no longer about anger. It was about balance. Years later, Aarav returned to the city. Not as a ghost, not as a victim, but as a man who knew exactly what he was doing. He took a consulting job. Quiet. He entered the same business circles Rohan ruled. He watched deals form and break. He listened more than he spoke. And then, unexpectedly, love stepped into his life. It happened in a bookstore cafe. Aarav was sitting alone when someone bumped into his table. Coffee spilled across his notebook. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, the woman said quickly. I wasn't paying attention. Aarav looked up. Something about her presence felt warm. Real. It's okay, he said calmly. The notebook survived worse. She smiled, relieved. You're kind. I'm tired of being anything else. I'm Lena, she said. Ari. The lie felt heavier than he expected. Lena's heart didn't push. She didn't rush. She listened. They met again. Then again. They talked about books, about loss, about healing. She was a therapist. She worked with people carrying invisible pain. You hide your emotions very well, she told him one evening. Do I? Yes, she said softly. But hiding doesn't mean healed. Her words stayed with him. He wanted to tell her everything. He didn't. As weeks passed, Aarav's plan moved forward. Small truths leaked into the right hands. Quiet questions began forming around Rohan's empire. Investors grew nervous. Old documents resurfaced. Rohan felt it. Something was wrong. During a meeting, his eyes landed on Ari Stone. You're sharp, Rohan said later. We should talk. Anytime, Aarav replied. They met in the same glass office where everything had ended years ago. You remind me of someone, Rohan said casually. Do I? Yes. Someone I lost. Loss changes people. Rohan laughed lightly. That it does. Love complicated everything. Lena saw through him more each day. His silences, his distance. One night she asked softly, Who hurt you? Someone I trusted, Aarav replied. She took his hand. Whatever you're carrying, you don't have to carry it alone. For the first time in years, something cracked inside him. Hope terrified him more than revenge ever had. The truth came out by accident. An old photo. Hidden file. Aarav's past staring back at her. You lied, Lena said, tears in her eyes. Yes. About who you are. Yes. I trusted you. I know, he whispered. And I hate that I hurt you. Is this revenge worth losing everything again? Aarav didn't answer. He didn't know. The press conference changed everything. Live cameras. Crowded room. Confident smiles. Until the screens behind Rohan changed. Bank records. Transfers. Proof. Aarav stepped forward. I am Aarav Vale, he said calmly. And I did not jump. Silence exploded. You should have stayed dead, Rohan whispered. I did, Aarav replied. And I came back better. Justice followed. Low. Legal. Real. Rohan lost everything. Not loudly. Not dramatically. Piece by piece. Just like Aarav had. Weeks later, Aarav stood on the bridge again. The river was calm. Lena joined him. I'm still hurt, she said honestly. But I understand now. That's more than I deserve. She took his hand. Revenge didn't heal you. Truth did. For the first time. The sky didn't feel heavy. Aarav rebuilt his company. Muller. Honest. Clean. Lena stayed. Not because of power, but because of truth. Sometimes revenge is not about destroying someone else. Sometimes it's about finding yourself again. And sometimes, love doesn't erase the scars. Simply reminds you that you are still alive. And this time, Aarav Vale truly lived.